What are his thoughts and actions towards you? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Miya, here on Mostly in the Moment for another Love Pick a Card reading. We're looking at his thoughts and actions. You know, what's going on in his life right now, how it might affect you and the connection between the two of you. His thoughts, his actions, and will he follow through? And how likely is it that he will follow through? There might also be a bonus question at the end of your reading that you may choose to look at if you want. And yeah, this is an interesting read. I'm really excited for it. I hope you are too. I hope you'll enjoy it. And with that, I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful Power One, with the Ace of Wands. We're looking at his thoughts and actions. So let's start with what's going on in his life right now and how it may affect you and the connection. So Tower. Okay, so this isn't like the typical tarot tower. This actually means that he's kind of involved in something bigger than himself, something more in the 3D sense, maybe something in regards to his work or some legal issues, or he's tied up in some sort of red tape, dealing with the government or something along those lines. It's more official business type thing. And he feels like he needs to kind of deal with it on his own. And so he might not have even told a lot of people that he's working on this or dealing with this. It doesn't have to be necessarily bad. It could be a good thing. Maybe he's like working to get a permit for something, or license for something. Maybe he's working for a promotion, or he's hoping for a change in workplace or something like that. So he's keeping it to himself, not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, 8 of Cups, he's trying to leave something. So if he's planning to move, he's trying to get like his ducks in a row, or like before he can like buy this new place, he wants to make sure that he can get the permit to work on the backyard or something like that, or he's getting like something with a boat or something, some licensing with the boat or some sort of insurance, or maybe he's if this is a situation where he's with someone. If there's like a custody battle over a child or some sort of legal battle for leaving a marriage or something like that. Yeah, but maybe he's like trying to like secretly leave his job and go work somewhere else, but he's like trying to keep it hush hush and trying to get everything like wrapped up at his old workplace without everyone kind of like figuring it out, things like that. So I'm not getting it's a bad thing, but it's just something he wants to keep under wraps until it's like done. Okay, so how does that affect you? Fulfillment, 10 of raindrops. Okay, so he's doing this because he wants everything in life. He wants the whole thing. He wants the happy family, the happy romantic relationship, you know, the abundance to kind of do whatever you would like, go on vacations, wherever, buy whatever. So he's doing this so in the hopes of having this kind of, you know, everything in life. It kind of depends on your connection. I do readings for no matter what your status in love is. So if this is someone new that you're meeting, this is someone who wants to have it all, and so it's preparing for that, preparing to meet someone he can have it all with. If this is someone you know, is currently dating, in a relationship with, they're doing this because they want to come to you correctly. If you've been in a relationship with this person for a long time, it does feel like you probably know about this. And it might be kind of annoying that they kind of want to do it themselves a little bit, but like you understand why they want to do it themselves. Like this is something that they have to do for themselves. If this is little to no communication, this person is wanting to get their life ready for whatever may come their way. They want to hope for the best. Okay, so what are his thoughts about you specifically right now? Stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception. Shocking attack. Okay. It came out in reverse. Okay, so there's something about like him stabbing himself in the back or something. Okay. He was the one who was ill prepared. He was the one who wasn't ready. He was the one who made a mistake. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. Like he's like, oh my goodness, like I came across such a beautiful woman who was ready to, settle down with me or start this new adventure in life, and I was ill prepared. I wasn't ready. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know the game plan. I feel like it's kind of like it was a wake-up call for them. Like they needed to grow up, or they need to figure things out. They need to get themselves out of this like depressed hellhole I'm hearing that they were in, or they never want to be caught with their pants down again. Like they felt like, wow, this beautiful opportunity came into their life and they didn't know how to like make it happen. Didn't know how to plan. They didn't know what to do first. And they're like, I never want to be in that situation again where I don't know what to do. Yeah, I feel like for most, it's kind of that situation where it's like they didn't know where to even begin to start planning or to start preparing for this kind of life change. And they don't want to ever feel that way again. So they went through like a tremendous transformation. I got the Tower also. It was like, yeah, it's not the traditional tarot sense, but I did get like, there's a little bit of a Tower moment here. And I feel it's because you walked into their life and they felt betrayed by themselves. Like, why wasn't I prepared? And it's kind of like, we're all hard on ourselves, our past selves, for like not knowing what to do in that moment. But that's how you learn there is something to learn and that you should go about learning it. That's how you do get prepared, no matter what age it is. Like, we all have things we can learn, and we don't know that that's the thing that we need to learn until we come across it, right? So yeah, they just felt kind of like they kicked themselves a lot for not knowing what to do, or how to even find resources or going about it. But now they're in a much better space, opening up. Oh, that's beautiful. Getting this energy of they're having the strength to want to tell you about how they've been getting ready for this. Because I feel like they're kind of fully bloomed now, and before it was just kind of like they didn't know what they were doing. They felt too green. They felt like they needed to get some experience under the belt, know what they were talking about before they kind of explained it to their potential future partner or their love of their life. That like they're not going to talk to you unless they knew what they were talking about. They could come to you and actually explain things, or what happened in the past, or how they've been preparing, and some options for the two of you. Whereas before they had like nothing. And so that's why they didn't say anything. It's not because they didn't have anything to say or they didn't want to. It's because they didn't even know what to do. And they weren't going to come to you with that mentality, that kind of being in that kind of place. All right, so what are his actions towards you? Or at least what does he plan to do for you in this connection? What would your higher self do? You are a divinity in blue jeans. So they definitely had this like come to Jesus moment. I'm getting, I don't care if you're religious or not, but like I'm getting this kind of feeling where they did have this sort of like kind of personal journey, if you don't want to call it a spiritual journey, where they kind of discovered who they are, what they want out of life, what they need to get done. It's like they matured in a way. And it doesn't matter what age they are and what age you are. We all go through stages of maturing through our lives, right? But this was kind of like they're meeting your energy. They see that you are expecting or deserve a higher level of commitment, a higher level of a love relationship, and they want to give that to you. So they knew they had to kind of step up to the challenge, and they kind of started looking at what is this ideal person? What would they look like? Like, if I were the best potential boyfriend or husband to her, what would I do? What would I be doing? And so they kind of they started looking at like videos of people who kind of emulate that and kind of following what other guys are doing, and kind of like finding routine, what works for them, what doesn't work for them, finding their new identity kind of in a way. Okay, Page of Swords. They're doing a lot of talking. They did a lot of research, they did a lot of planning. And you know when you're like so excited because you just kind of discovered something new that you're interested in, or that something that you're very focused on, and so you eat, breathe, and live it. I feel like they're kind of in that phase where anyone that they come across and they talk to, whether it's a really, really good friend or just some stranger off the street, they'll get into like deep conversations about this, whether it's like going to the gym or some sort of health routine, or I don't know, like philosophy or traveling, or like building things, houses, the financial aspects of different things, you know, trading, or you know, just whatever it is. I feel like the things that they talk about in conversation reflects the things that they've been really interested in the recent years. I mean, several years for a lot of you. This has been a huge change. This person has been working on themselves for a long time. So whether this is someone new or someone just coming into your life again, or it's a surprise that they're coming back in this sort of way, or you're seeing a change, even if you've been with this person for a while or known them for a while, it's like, yeah, like this is where you can step back and be like, wow, like they're a different person than they were just 5 years ago. Yeah, but they're still kind of in that excited state where they love talking about all these different things that they're interested in now, that is forming their new identity as an adult or as a more sophisticated person. I'm getting not fitting well. Yeah, and that came out in reverse. Now that they know who they are and the things that they like, and what it kind of gives them an identity in a role inside of a relationship, what they would like to do in a relationship, what their part would be, and what they're expecting from a partner, and what kind of life they would like with their partner. And so now they can work with things. They have some data, they have some information that they can work with. They know themselves well, or well enough. They know what they want, or well enough. They can compromise, they can talk about it now confidently. Now they feel like they can fit with you. And this is what they plan to do. They want to open up. They want to tell you a little bit about their recent journey, kind of a little bit about themselves, what they're really excited to talk about and get into and work on for the next few years, several years. And does that work with you? Does that fit in with you? Because they've changed, and you might have too. You know, do you two fit now that they've uncovered more of themselves? Now they can actually gauge that better. All right, so will he follow through on opening up to you, talking to you about this stuff, seeing how you two fit? Is he going to follow through, and how likely? Unlikely. And 8 of Swords. Okay, so this person is getting there, and they feel more confident than they ever have before, but I feel like they're just at the beginning of their kind of coming out energy. It's not that they can't, I think they're just afraid to. They think they're not ready. Like they think they're ready and not ready at the same time. You know, they're like, oh, I feel so much better now than I was just a few years ago, just a year ago. But at the same time, maybe I'm not fully ready yet. And that's just a state of mind to think that you're not ready. And people got to do what they need to do to feel like they are ready. But at all times, you are ready to take on, you know, these kind of challenges and conquer and win them. It's just a state of mind, you know, and it's like you can't make someone more courageous and brave. Like they gotta figure out how to do that for themselves. And although this person has the courage and they have been brave and they can enter this, it's like up to them. That's why a lot of tarot readings, they say like divine timing, divine timing. It's because it's like up to the person when they feel like they're ready, and they can be stably in that energy of I'm ready, I can take this on. Not until that person can feel that way can they actually like move forward. But it's not like, you know, like they just have to come to it on their own. They're in their own mental prison, but they could if they wanted. They're still in the beginning stages, and I mean, for the next like 6 months, year and a half, 2, 3, 4 years, up to 4 years, they might still work on feeling like they're ready. But that's on them. You know, you can't push people faster than they want to move, and everyone has a prerogative to take as much time in any of their endeavors, you know. And then it could be one of those things where this is a soulmate and you two have like a soul connection, but it might just be, you know, a mismatch of timing. You know, it could just be like you help catalyze each other, or, you know, you can pass on the soulmate and have another one come in, because it really just depends on divine timing, like when the two of you are both feel like you're ready at the same time. And sometimes that doesn't happen, you know. It's like it's all up to the individual. There's free will as well as destiny, you know. So all right, pile 1. It was getting so exciting there. Like we're feeling so, I feel like so like encouraging this person, like, yeah, you're doing great, you're coming to this correctly, I'm so excited to see how you enter this. And it's like, oh well, maybe it might not happen. Unlikely, not totally impossible, but we can go into the bonus question if you want more clarity. So if you aren't looking for this kind of guidance, kind of like a spiritual message, you can skip over the bonus question. This could be enough information for you, but you know, if this is all you need to know, you can click off. But if you want more spiritual guidance, the bonus question is, what does both of your higher selves want to say to you? You can stick around for this next part. If you're clicking off, much love and light to you. All right, so we have 2 messages. You can choose message 1 or message 2. They're going to relate more to this pile 1, but if you feel like you're being pulled to the other messages, there are 8 in total. You can go to those timestamps. They're all below to kind of get that extra guidance from both of your higher selves and what they want to say to you in regards to this specific situation. So I'm going to wait a few seconds here so you can pick one message here if you like, or one of the other messages, and I'll see you in the message. All right, so the message 1 is, it seems assured. Okay, so it might seem like they're unlikely to kind of make a move quite this second, but it seems like that's their goal, and they aim to kind of get there at some point eventually. And waste of your time, I think that's kind of you might feel like it's like a waste of your time, and like why what's the purpose of waiting for this person, or them not making a move right now. Like, I don't want to waste my time, my energy. It's important, it's valuable to me, it should be valuable to them. Like, even if they plan to come around in a few months, several months later this year, next year, like, why should I have to wait around for this person? And spirits like advice, your higher selves advice is like difficulties, jealousies from others may serve as obstacles to success of this connection. I feel like there's a little bit of like why does this person just message me, just ask me out, just get into this connection? And I think it makes you feel kind of a little bit not cool about things, because you can tell that like other people are attracted to them, or they might be potentially attracted to other people, or they might notice that people are attracted to you, and that you might be potentially attracted to other people. Let's see. Yeah, and it's just because, like, this is supposed to be a time where things are manifesting. So whatever you two kind of hold in your mind and the actions you take right now are very important for the direction that this connection will go in. So whether he steps up now, or like depending on how soon he steps up, that's gonna dictate like where this connection goes. Depending on the actions he takes, the actions you take, then the way that you think about this, the way you perceive this, is gonna highly influence this connection. So it really depends on where your mental state is and where his mental state is, because based on that, like, this will be a successful connection and coming together, or unsuccessful. So it really kind of comes down to where you are on your journey. If you feel like he's wasting your time and it might take him forever, and other people aren't interested in you and other people are interested in him, like, you know, this is too much of a big obstacle, it's causing too much drama, like, that's how it's going to go through. Like, then maybe when he comes through later on, you'll be kind of conflicted because, like, you like him and you know this is going to happen, but, like, should you just give it a shot anyway because you wanted him, and that kind of confusion. But if you feel like, you know, this person was just in the same state that you are in, where you're kind of getting comfortable kind of being in this newer energy, and it might be a little bit difficult to kind of communicate or, you know, come across as your best self because you're just stepped into this new chapter of your life and you're still kind of getting a footing and they're still kind of getting a footing. So if you come from a place of understanding, it's like, oh, well, it makes sense. It's going to take us a little bit of time because I'm still kind of getting used to this new place in my life and they're still getting used to this new place in their life. And when it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And kind of when things do happen, being grateful for it and seeing it as magical. And that connection is going to come together in what seems like a magical way. So you see how, like, divine timing and where you are mentally is going to really highly affect how this connection comes together. So what were they thinking about this connection a little bit before? Judgment. So they kind of just came out of making a huge big decision in their life, and it was no small feat. So it kind of depends on where you are with your energies, like if you can respect that or not. You know, if someone was had made a major move in their life, like, are you gonna be someone who, like, understands the brevity of the decision that they made in their life, or are you gonna be someone who's just like, yeah, so what, you know? I deal with more high frequency folks on this channel, but for this pile, I'm getting a little bit, there might be some here that are newer or some here that aren't quite there in their ability to put themselves in the other person's shoes, which is totally fine. We all started there. But kind of this person made a big life decision and they're here now. And if you can understand and respect that, this is going to go smooth. It's going to be smooth sailing. And what were they planning to do for the future? Okay. Wow. So this person is kind of, they're ahead of the curve. They're kind of seeing that there are difficult times ahead for the area that the two of you kind of live in. And they're preparing for it. They're like, there's a change in the wind and it's going to be so devastating for the people who aren't prepared. They're preparing for it. So this person is pragmatic. They're very, very intelligent. They're like, hey, the job market is changing, or, you know, the prices of houses are changing, or there's going to be new technologies, or, you know, there's like a new social movement happening, or there's waves of change happening, and they're looking ahead, which is very smart. This person is really super connected right now. So if you can appreciate it and understand that, that's great. If not, you know, this might not be this might not be the connection for you, but you might still kind of hold on to it and it might cause you issues. But if you can understand that and you're in the same mindset, you're kind of seeing these waves of changes happening and you two are on the same wavelength, then this is going to happen sooner rather than later, because there is a soulmate level connection here. It just kind of depends on where you are on your journey, meaning how deeply can you perceive the situation correctly, truthfully. Because where is the energy right now? The Sun card. It is very, very good. These are two soulmates coming together. You and this person, you are like high level soulmates coming together. This is a very, very good sign. But if you can see that through this isn't if you're in a high frequency energy, this is something that is going exactly how it's supposed to. You know, you're just starting a new chapter, they're just starting a new chapter. You're both kind of playing it how you can, and it works for you, it works for them. Even if you two are together in a relationship right now, it's kind of like both of you kind of taking noticing that you kind of need some space to yourself for a little bit. And you need to do this for yourself, and you kind of appreciate that the person giving you space right now. Normally you would want to be attached to them 24/7, but I'm getting like right now you kind of would like your space to kind of get used to all this new stuff happening around you. It could be changes at work, it could be changes in your living situation, changes in your lifestyle. So both of you have like a lot on your plate, and appreciate the space at this time. You don't see it as something negative. Whereas if you're not in the highest frequency right now, which we all kind of dip sometimes, or you're just starting off your journey, you might not be able to appreciate that space right now. But yeah, every time you two do connect and talk to each other and hang out together, it's like perfect. It's so much fun. It brings out the best in you, and that's if you're on the higher frequency end. You know, if not, it kind of like this person shows you the best version of yourself, and you might feel like this is like the best person you could ever be with. They look good, they're impressive, what they've done with their life, what they're doing with their life, and you want to be with them because it makes you feel better about yourself. So two different spectrums I'm getting. If you know, you know. All right. So, pile message 1. I hope you enjoyed your message. I hope it was helpful. If you did, I really appreciate a comment. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. Hey, pile 2. Your message is better to wait. Yeah, so there's this feeling of like good things are happening in this connection between the two of you, and you I feel like you have the patience, you understand that this person is doing the best they can at this time, in not just this connection, but in terms of everything going on in their life right now, and they're doing amazing. You're super proud of them, and you understand where they're coming from. And so you understand, like, oh yeah, like this is all gonna come together. I'm just gonna be patient. It's not gonna take too long, you know. Let's see. Going too fast, slow down, take your time. Yeah, see? And so it definitely feels like, you know, it feels like so many changes are happening in their life that it would benefit the both of you and benefit this connection if you took it a little bit slower right now. I feel like they want to go like a normal speed or even faster because they like you, but because that they have like a tremendous amount of things going on in their life right now that are equally as important, or you know, almost as important as this connection. Like you are like grace from God I'm getting. You are their rock. You're the one who they're holding them down, and they feel motivated to continue, you know, grounding some of these beautiful manifestations in their life, so it would benefit the both of you. And you understand that, you respect that, and you You want that. You're like, yeah, this person, they're killing it. They're working really hard, and it shows, and they're manifesting all these things, and they want to do it for them and their partner and their future. That's me. That could be me. Yes, I'm going to wait out for this person. Yes, I'm going to encourage them, support them, and nourish them at this time. Like, they're doing all this for me. They're trying to take care of me and nourish me, or whoever their future partner is, which is me, if I can wait it out and have them do this, make sure this comes together correctly. Not forcing them, not speeding things up, getting them all flustered and kind of in a chaotic state where they're too pressured and can't pull this off. You understand this. You are a very good support to this person, and you know that they're doing this to support you and their future with you. So this message is for someone who really understands it and knows that this is happening. It's coming together, and it's for both of your highest and best good. So that's great. What else do both of your higher selves want to say to you? Third party situation. Other people may be interfering with this relationship and dimming its full potential. It's not a person. It's not a person. It's that thing. You know how it came up with like the government or job or promotion or, custody or, divorce or whatever. It's like that issue. It's not a person. And like they're dealing with these things. So it's not, I'm getting for them, it's not just that legal issue or that whatever professional setting situation that they are dealing with on the hush hush. They need to keep it quiet. They need to get this done. But I do feel like they have quite a few things on their plate that they're trying to take care of all at the same time right now. So it's really, really helpful that you're so understanding and supportive. They will not forget that. They will not forget, because they want to give you all their time and energy. They want to be free. They want to have this already done so they can enjoy this time in the relationship with you. But they will never forget that you are there to support them during this time. It is so crucial, so vital. And the thing is, you know it. You know it, that you're not giving them support just for them. You're giving them support so they can finish supporting you, finish this project that is going to support the both of you. It's not me or them, it's both of you. Sometimes you got to give another partner more support. This is one of those times. It benefits both of you. You understand that. I love that you're a very high frequency. You make them feel like they're not in this mental jail, which we saw in the original reading, where they feel like they're not ready, but with you encouraging them and supporting them and loving them and saying that, yeah, you can handle this. You don't have to rush with me. I can just be here and support you and help you in any way that you need. And when you're there, I'll be there. When you're done, I'll be there for you, waiting for you. Just tell me what you need right now. Like, let me help you. Let me support you. Like, you got this. I'm not going anywhere. That's what they need to hear. And this is what's going to make them come to you sooner and be ready faster. You understand this. Okay, I just saw 3333. So what a sign that you are their like earth angel. You are their divine guidance. And not only that, but your higher guidance are like supremely supporting this, because it's very healthy. You're coming at this in a very divine way. We saw in that the original reading that like he's asking himself, like, what would his higher self do? And you're doing the same thing. You're like, what would the best version of myself do in this situation, handle the situation? And you're coming at it from a place of love and understanding. And that is, you have some sort of mastery here. Message 2, group 2. All right, so okay, seven of Pentacles. He's like almost there. He's been working on this stuff for a while now, and it's starting to finally show in the physical reality. This is where it starts getting good. And he's like, he wants someone who understands like long it took and how much work he put in to even just to get to where he is now, where he's finally starting to see the fruits of his labor. Because for most people, they're just kind of come in, like for, you know, people who are low frequency, they're like, oh my God, this guy is doing so good. Like, oh, he just got like this new job. He just got this new car. Like, oh yeah, like let me date him, without like they just want like the flashy things. They're very superficial, right? But you're not like that. I'm getting from your energy group 2 that like you will take the time to understand like how much work he put in to get to where he is now, and why he's seeing like not every single detail, but like the gist of it, and why he's seeing the results now, and how much that means to him, and what that means to like you know, I'm getting like tears streaming down the face, kind of like, wow, like this is a miracle. Like this is what like hard work and chasing the dream looks like. Like he made it, and like maybe I get to just see like this part of it, like where it's just starting to you know, take off. But like I want to be there with him on this journey. I want to hear about like what it took for him to get here. You know, because he, you know, it means more when some people could understand your achievements, not just appreciate it for face value. You know, understand what went into it. And no one does that better than a partner. Okay. Or if you have been in a relationship with this person for a while, like kind of like reminding him how much he's done to get to where he is now. That would be so meaningful right now. You know, if you like made some lunch or grabbed some lunch or made a picnic or something, and showed him like listen, this is what you did, and then you went through this, and then you went through this, and then you went through this, and then this, and then that, and finally you get to start to see rewards of your hard work. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, imagine how much that means to someone, right? Not just being like, oh yay, you did it, look at all the shiny new things. Like, you know, reminding them of their journey. Okay, so where does he think things are going in this connection? Queen of Wands. Yeah, with this win, he can support your win. He feels like you're going places too. And he's like, you know, she's helping me right now, but I can't wait to help her. This is to help her. I want to see her shine, do her thing. Oh, this is so cute. He feels like he wants to be there for you more, and like seeing how you support him is going to help him really see how he can support you. And the energy right now, tower moment, yeah. The reading started with a tower moment, right? So there is this kind of energy of like, right now everything seems a little bit chaotic, but that's just because everything in his life and in your life and in the life of this connection, this relationship, is rearranging itself. So it seems a little bit chaotic right now, but it's a good chaos I'm getting. It's a fun chaos, it's exciting, and it can be good and fun and exciting if you view it that way. And if you're holding hands and you're there on the same page and you're doing it together, that is going to solidify this connection. It's going to solidify this bond even stronger than it ever has before. Or if this is new, it's going to solidify this bond in a way that cannot be broken into the future. You know, like this is one of those experiences that when you go through it together, it's like fun, exciting, adventurous, don't know what's going to happen next, it's a little bit scary, a little bit nerve-wracking, but you do it together, it's gonna solidify this bond in such a beautiful way. So group 2, I hope you enjoyed this message. If you did, I really appreciate a comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 2 with the Ace of Swords. We're looking at his thoughts and actions. Let's look at what's going on in his life right now and how it affects you in this connection, or if it does. Rider, okay. First card of this deck. Passion, speed, news, message. Okay, so he's very excited about something and he wants to tell you. Let's see if it's about this connection or something in his life. Page of Cups, it's about you. He's very excited about this connection. He's, I feel like this is kind of instantaneous. So like he is taken aback by how hot you look, how good you look. Something makes him smile about you. He has this like cute thought about you, or he saw a picture of you, or he just saw you right now and you're in the same room or same vicinity across the street or something, and he's like I had to go chase her down and say and talk to her and like raise her up a little bit and kind of, do my thing. So he kind of wants to flirt with you. He kind of wants to send you a love message, or he might be sending you a message over the phone or something like that. So yeah, I feel like it's instantaneous. He has like a cute thought about you, or he sees you and he's like, I need to talk to her right now. It's cute. Okay, so how does it affect this connection? Community. Okay, so he likes the fact that you two are kind of in the same like circles. Maybe not in the same circles, but like have the same interests, or maybe around the same area, or that like he can like easily like find a connection to you, even if it's online, or even if it's just through similar interests. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's because you're in the same vicinity. Maybe you work together, or you know some of the same people, or you live in the same area, or you're from the same area. There's a commonality there between the two of you, which makes him feel like, oh yeah, it's like not weird to just like kind of run up to you and say hi kind of thing. It's like, it's not an awkward thing because you run in the same circles. It's kind of like that feeling. It's like it feels like you're not strangers, so it's like, it's okay to just kind of like, say hi to you, randomly. All right, so what are his thoughts about you right now? Not today, not dealing with hurt, avoiding a conversation, call person, boundaries, still angry. Okay, interesting, because it's like, I want to run up to you and talk to you. Oh, okay, so I'm seeing what you're saying. Okay, so he wants to talk to you, and he sees you, and he feels comfortable talking to you because you know the same people, or you're working on the same thing, or you have the same interest, but he doesn't want to, like maybe you two got into a fight, or maybe you two, like something, he found out new information, or maybe like he's having like a bad day, but like in any of those situations, he still feels comfortable enough to talk to you. So even if you got into a fight, he's still excited to see you. He's like, it's not awkward because we would see each other anyway. So like, even if you got into a fight and doesn't want to talk about what you two got into, doesn't want to talk about what you two disagreed on, doesn't mean that he can't say hi and you two can still have lunch, So I feel like it's that kind of energy. Even if he's interested in you, but maybe someone else is you're talking to someone else, or something like that, he's like I like her, but I'm not even gonna talk about like asking her on a date or anything, because it's annoying me that she's talking to this guy, but whatever, like, I can still talk to her. Or if you have like a mutual friend and they're like mad at them and you're not cool with that, he still feels like, oh, but we're still like friends. We're still comfortable enough. We're around each other that I can talk to you. Or yeah, even if he's like mad at you, you two have like a project you're working on, or, you have so many other things in common that's not weird to like even like talk to each other, even if you two are like mad at each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you might not talk about the relationship right away, but like you two are in that kind of place where you two are so comfortable with each other, or can be, that it's like not a big deal to talk, even if you're upset with the other person, or kind of annoyed, or whatever the situation is. Okay, thoughts about you right now in your head. Yeah, 8 of Mirrors, 8 of Swords. Yeah, and it's kind of like both of you are, I'm getting like not in your head about it, like you're not letting the thing affect you. Like, even if you want to talk about this connection, or, disagreeing on that decision or situation, or being mad at like how the other person's friend treated the other person doesn't see anything wrong with it, like whatever the situation is, I do feel like both of you are like thinking about it, but you're not letting it affect the connection. You're not letting it affect the way that you two behave in public, or with each other, even in private, in conversation. So it's like, even if you're mad or disagree on something, you're not going to let it stop you from, like, talking to each other. It's like, oh, wait, there's this, like, meme that I think you would totally love, or this restaurant that I think you like, or this person just told me about this thing that you were talking about. Like, it's not going to stop the two of you from communicating, which is great. Love that. All right, so what are his actions towards you? Or at least what does he plan to do towards you in terms of actions? The quest. Plunge boldly into life. Yeah, I feel like he's like this under this rider. Like, he's like, I'm going to take the bull by the horns and I'm just going to go for it. This person's very brave, courageous. I'm getting like Leo, Aries kind of energy, maybe even Sag. Leo, Aries more. He's just feeling really confident in himself. Maybe even a little bit of Taurus action here. Yeah, I do feel like tiny bit of Scorpio maybe, but like I'm getting like stronger Aries, Leo vibes. A little bit Taurus, Sag, and Scorpio as well. But that doesn't have to mean anything, but if it does, if it resonates, it resonates. If not, this message is still for you. It does feel like he's playing the long game. He understands that, like, fights are going to happen, arguments are going to happen, disagreements, and that shouldn't put everything else on pause. You know, he shouldn't have to feel angry about that whole day, that argument the whole day, and let it affect his work and let it affect his health. Like, if anything, he should be able to pull through it and know that, like, and know and trust that, like, this is gonna work out. I think he's trying to show you that, like, he's the kind of person who's not going to, he's going to be loyal AF, and he's not going to, like, just run away, you know? It's really important to him that you know that he's not going to let a small disagreement, or it might even be a big one, scare him away. He doesn't scare easy. That's the point. Ten of Wands, yeah. Like, he feels like this connection is already successful, and he's not gonna throw that success away for something that's like totally workable, doable, minor, whatever. Or this connection has a potential to go all the way, has a potential to be very successful. So either you two are already in a connection, it's like already successful, or this connection has a potential to be very successful. He's like, I'm not gonna throw that away because we disagree on like one thing, you know? So he's really showing that he's solid, and he's not gonna scare. He doesn't scare easily, and he's not just gonna like become silent or brush you off if he feels angry about something. He's someone who's like very like stoic. More than stoic, he's more like mature. He's emotionally mature in a masculine way. Fill your cup, yeah. He's kind of like, you know what? What if she got into this argument or had a disagreement because she was having a bad day? You know, I want this to be a fair argument. I want her to feel at her best, and then maybe we can revisit the topic. This guy is so, like, beyond his years. This guy's wise. He's emotionally mature. He's, like, looking at this from, like, a higher perspective and, like, a healthy perspective. It's like, you know what? Maybe we were both having an off day. Maybe we couldn't think clearly. Maybe we both got heated. The best way to go about this is give her more love, and to feel more love for myself, be more healthy, get into a good headspace, hang out with some friends, like, you know, maybe go to dinner with you and just enjoy your night and not think about this argument. And then when both of you are in a good space, then, and had enough time to think about it, then you could come and have a nice, calm discussion about it. This person knows what he's doing. He's good. He's smart. He's experienced. Or even if he's not, he's just like, he's so wise beyond his years, for sure. All right, so let's see. How, like, will he follow through on his actions? Because I do feel like he's going to try to, like, he's going to pour more love into you And so that way both of you are in a good place to have like a healthy discussion. Possibly like take you on a date or do something like along those lines, like a nice weekend together or something like that, you know, where he plans some stuff. So maybe do some of your favorite things or go for like a day trip over the weekend or something like that. So you both are like energized and feeling good and come to discuss this together in from the heart, from the heart space. So how likely will he follow through? And will he follow through? Go. The time is right. Yes. So this is a really good energy of like, this person doesn't like wait on this. Like he knows what he wants. He knows what to do and he takes action on it. This isn't the only solution, but this is one of his solutions. And how healthy is that? I'm going to use this. This is great. This is great. This person's teaching me. And I've been doing this for a decade. Like this is good info. Yeah, you're in good hands with this person, pile 2. They're not someone who just kind of like waits around waiting for things to get better. Like he takes action. That's why I definitely felt that kind of like fire energy, but I do feel a little bit of air energy too. Bit of Aquarius. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of Aquarius. Maybe a Libra guy. Yeah. I'm feeling those two energies. Maybe a little bit of Virgo or Taurus for Earth, but definitely strong Leo, Aries. Bit of Sag vibes for sure. But yeah, clear thought, taking action, let's go. It could be a Gemini. This person could be a charmer. Yeah. Got the air signs, the fire signs, a little bit of earth. The tiny bit of Cancer here, but that's not the leading energy. This person's just like really, you know what it is? It's their moon sign. Their moon sign could be one of these. Their moon sign could be fire, air, or fire, air sign. Fire most likely. Okay, so yeah, this person's like ready to go. 10 of Wands twice, yeah. They're determined to make this a success. They're someone who will do what's necessary to keep this level of success in the relationship. This is someone who puts in the work every day, and are willing to for a relationship. This person understands the value of a good woman and a good relationship with her. Wow. All right. You did something right, pile 2. All right, so we're going to go into the bonus question. This is a bonus reading, and the bonus question is, what does both of your higher selves want to say to you? And if you're not, looking for this sort of guidance or extra guidance, and the information in this reading was enough, you can definitely click off the reading now, and I wish you much love and light. If not, we're going to go into the other messages. All right, so we have 2 messages here. We have message 3, message 4, and these are going to relate to this pile that we just looked at, pile 2, a bit more. But if you feel guided to look at one of the other messages, there are 8 messages total for that bonus reading, and you can pick one of those in the timestamps below if you wish, or you can pick one of these now to continue with this reading. Pause here if you need more time. All right, so message 3. What does both of your higher selves want to say to you, and how likely this will fall through if you don't resist? Yeah. So I feel like the only thing that would not allow him to kind of help the situation is if you don't let him help you. I'm getting this a little bit of like for some people, not everyone that picks this message, there's a little bit of a disconnect of like, can guys actually fix or help a situation, a disagreement, like on this scale? And this person definitely clearly can. It's just kind of maybe you know it too, but it's like something in your mind is fighting it. Maybe because the way that past exes handle the situation when you kind of gave them the reins and be like, all right, like allow them to help a situation and they made it worse or something, or they didn't do anything about it, or you always had to be the one who had to do something to help the situation. You might be your ego or your like, you know, that side of your personality or your brain might be kind of like, wait a second, you were gonna let the guy handle this? Really? You know? And so like there's that kind of like feeling. But like your heart knows like this guy is genuine. He definitely can help. So it's like it's just kind of an internal thing that you might need to like make sure that your ego or your monkey brain or your shadow self isn't resisting this help. That does seem like very, very positive. All right. It's likely happening. Indecision is causing delays. Yeah. So it really just depends on you accepting his help and his method of doing things. Maybe it's not the way that you would do things. Maybe you have trouble giving over the reins of the relationship to someone else. Maybe you feel uncomfortable about it because of some things in your past, or it's something new for you. Or you've seen how destructive it was for yourself or for other people, or, you know, things that you've seen on TV or on videos or something. But the more you delay, the more you don't decide, like, hey, this is going to work. You know, there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? Like, your way could work, his way, there's like a plethora of ways to solve any issue, right? And you just have to kind of choose to be on board and choose to pick his method. Both of you had to be on the same page and like choose one method and stick to it. You know, if both of you want to choose different things, this is never going to go anywhere, right? You can't even solve what method to solve the main issue. You know, like it's just gonna fumble and fumble and fumble, get further and further away from like the actual issue, right? So like, it's just kind of like deciding full-heartedly, because you might say yes, but you might not think it and believe it. So your spirit, your higher self and his higher self, your spirit guides are both saying like, you got to be fully trust this and be in it. Like, this is just one of many solutions, but he's come up with this solution. Are you on board or not? He's the one who's coming to you first. Like, you know, you just have to be fully on board. Or like bring up another solution or compromise on a solution and bring that up. Just as long as you're confident that the solution will work, it'll work. If you're not confident, then it's never going to work. You have to be both willing to believe that this is going to work, and that's the only thing that makes that method work or makes a certain solution work, is both of you believing it will. You know, that's why a lot of like the couples therapy and stuff doesn't work, because both of you, not every couple that goes into it thinks it's going to help. You know, and that's the issue from the get-go. Whatever you do in that therapy session is not going to work if both of you don't think it's going to work. It starts with that, you know? So that's what your higher self is saying. Okay, what else do your higher self saying? Have faith. The angels are working behind the scenes to make this relationship flourish. And so it's like, yeah, like, know that you're protected. Know that your higher selves, both of your spirit guides, spirit teams are like, want this and want it to work and want it to be successful, and not just successful, but like, not just like surviving, but thriving kind of thing, you know? And yeah, it's just like, even if everyone else isn't on board, like, I don't know if you've told other people what's going on between the two of you or whatever, like this is between you and him. And if anyone says anything against it, or even if you come across a video or something that's like, oh, this method never works, blah, 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 like shut up. Don't listen to those haters. Like, you know, like don't listen to someone who is not in your shoes. Only you are, you know, and him are in this situation. So like, don't listen to the noise. This is you and your connection with this person and your decision, your beliefs, right? And his working together. Nothing else matters. No one else, no matter what anyone else says, it matters. Okay. So let's see what was his energy towards this relationship before. Giving, yeah, okay, so I'm getting giving and receiving. He was kind of in a place where he was, okay, so I think this might be a clue into why you're a little bit hesitant. He was wondering if this is the relationship that he's going to give it his all to. And don't get me wrong, like this person is loyal to a fault, right? Like supremely loyal. But he had to decide whether he was all in with you or not, like if he chose you, and he needed a second to think about that. And I think that hesitation and that like kind of like, I feel like a little bit he was like at a distance, or was like he didn't feel sure about this connection, and you picked up on that energy. He's not in that energy anymore. He's all in. So if you feel this energy shift where he's like, before he might have, you're like, where was this guy before? Why is he showing up now? Why is he now realizing this is like a relationship to fight for? Why wasn't he doing it before? Well, before he was seeing if you're the one, if you know, if this is the relationship he wants that benefits both of you. And once he made that decision, he was going to fight for it every day. So that might be the little bit of hesitation you have. At least your ego, not your soul, not your heart. Your heart and soul knows like there's a positive shift in his energy. It feels authentic. It feels right. It feels like true love. But your ego and shadow self's like, but what energy were you picking on before, huh? A little while ago when he was still like, he was kind of keeping you at a distance, you know, not saying too much, kind of being kind of weird, or, you know, what about then? Then he didn't make the decision at that point, you know? But once he makes a decision, he's all in. He's loyal till death do you part, you know? And the future, what was he seeing for the future? He feels like for the future, things will go pretty quickly. Like this is kind of his sign, even before he kind of proposes, or maybe this is, you two are already together for a long time. He wants to know if like you're on board, because if you are, then things in the future are going to go pretty quickly. But it's not going to happen unless you make a decision. Are you on board or not? This is basically him asking you to marry him. Like, or like, it's like starting this new chapter, this new adventure together. It's like, are you with me? Do you trust me? Take my hand. That's that kind of moment in the movie that you're in with him right now, you know? Okay, and then lastly, where's the energies right now? It looks like a yes. It seems like everything's not just planned for the future, but like you're taking steps towards it. And so it feels like right now it's kind of one of those, it's like taking the plans into reality, making it happen. This is like the first step into being like, yeah, this is our first step in our future together. This has more weight to it, this particular situation, than that it might seem on the surface level. All right, group 3, I hope you enjoyed this bonus read. If you did, I really appreciate like a comment. And if you and with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, message 4. We're looking at what the both of your higher selves want to say to you. Okay, so we're continuing with how will he follow through, how likely kind of thing. And the situation is unclear, but I'm getting it's unclear for a reason. Patience, it's not time yet. Okay, so I'm getting this kind of like a miscommunication. So I'm getting that he wants to kind of, like, I feel like you kind of want to push him in a more serious direction. And he's kind of like, this is me pushing us into a more serious direction. I feel like you want more of the title or proof that, or more proof that you're moving into a more physical union together in the near future. You want to hear him say the words. You want him to say that he wants to get married, wants to have kids, or he wants to move in, or that he wants to discuss these things with you, or that like this is what he feels like you two are in terms of title. This is like, and this is his way of saying like, yeah, this is me showing you this is what I need from you to be able to give those things to you. It's like, you want the title, you want the physical things. I need to know that you're here with me. You're on board with me. And so you kind of allowing him to kind of take the lead and for you to trust him in finding a solution to this kind of quarrel that you two are having will give him the confidence and what he needs to know to give you all the other things that you want. And I feel like he's not going to tell you that. He just wants to see. It's not like a test, but it's kind of like a reassurance for him that like he's choosing to go all in with you. Are you going to trust him? Is there honesty here? Are you two on the same page? Do you trust him? Instead of just like kind of jumping into like, I want proof, I want the title, I want this and that. Like, if he's choosing to go all in with you, are you gonna show that you trust him? And then you're gonna see things kind of unfold if that happens. Deception. Someone is wearing a mask in this relationship. Yeah, I do feel like it's not him. Surprisingly, okay. I think you think he's wearing a mask. Like he's being he's like lying to get his way or something like that. You're like, I can't trust him and give him everything without him acknowledging that this is the future I want and this is the way that like I want it for us. Like I want the title, I want to talk about the future, I want this and that. And I feel like he's like, I want to give that to you, but I need to know that you trust me. I feel like there's something that like irks you about this situation. Like it feels like you feel like you can't trust him. You're confused. Something is confusing you. Why? You think he's lying. Yeah. I think it's because maybe some actions he took in the past or something that happened with your exes. But I feel like you think he's faking it, or he's just trying to get what he can out of you or something like that. Interesting. Okay. Maybe looking into his energies more will give some more information. So what was he thinking about this connection a little bit before? 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, he's planning to start new things with you. He wanted to have kids. He wanted to get, a new pets with you, or he wanted to start new things, maybe move to a new area with you. He had this whole vision of his whole life with you. He was so excited to get started with new things. What does he think about the future? That there's just going to be more and more love opportunities coming in. Like he'll be able to kind of, like if you gave him this trust, that he'll give you his heart and he'll give you whatever you want, but he needs to know that you trust him first. There's like this is kind of reciprocal. I feel like it's like a back and forth. Like he's wondering if he can trust you, and you're wondering if you can trust him. There's like a I don't know if I can trust you energy between the both of you. Okay, it's not just one side. They need some proof. And so your proof would be him kind of showing it in some sort of physical way, with a title, with some sort of big level up, some sort of physical change happening, like, oh, plans to move in, or plans to getting engaged, or like some sort of physical movement to make money down on this thing for future kids, or money down for this move, or changing jobs for you, moving to a different, like you need some physical proof, and he needs some emotional proof, verbal confirmation, and you need some physical confirmation. You both are at a standstill here. Okay, what is the energy right now? Yeah, it feels like lies. There's distrust here. There's distrust here. All right, so it feels like both of you can't move forward at this time until you work on this trust issue. He's asking you to trust him, and both of you might have gotten into an argument later, and he's showing you that like he's not going anywhere. He's gonna show up. He's gonna work on this. He's willing to work on this with you. He thinks that this is something good going on between the two of you, but there's a level on distrust here. I don't know if it's from past issues with this specific person, or past issues with past connections. Both of you need to kind of gain more trust with each other before you can kind of ask each other of this. Verbal confirmation, physical confirmation. I think the solution the Spirit is telling me is that like what you want from the other person, you have to give to the other person. So you want some sort of physical confirmation from him. So you're going to have to give it first. So that could be, for example, there might be an event happening at the same time as an event that is important to him. And so you decide to cancel on that other event that might be important to you too, but to go to him with the event that is important to him, to show him that like, yeah, I'm willing to make sacrifices for you. I'm willing to make some physical changes, maybe kind of moving closer to him, or show that you're willing to move closer to him, maybe to live at a distance, something like that, or that something buying him something that's like really meaningful, or something that's really like you definitely paid a lot for, or it was really, really meaningful to that other person. Showing some sort of physical proof to that person. Maybe helping out one of their family members without him even being there. It's like you showed up for that person and you helped them with this. Like, really? Oh, wow. Like, so like some sort of physical proof. It could be a very like meaningful or expensive thing that is like, oh yeah, like we promise that like after, like on our honeymoon, like we'll go here and we'll be able to go to this place that means so much to you, and this is like a token of that. And it's a very expensive, very beautiful token of that promise or whatever. And he needs to kind of emotionally show you that he trusts you. Leaving his phone unlocked around you, or being like, hey, this is the code to get into my home. Here's the key. If you ever need to stop in or something, or but he needs to do emotional, because that's more physical. That is kind of emotional. Let me see. Open up about something that they're vulnerable about, maybe a past issue, maybe past issues with finances, or something about their past relationship with their ex or with a family member that they never told anyone about. They're one of their biggest insecurities, or some of their fears in regards to some of the things that you're saying, like their fears in regards to having children or moving to this kind of location or switching jobs or something like that, something that's like relevant to your potential future and the things that you want. Why they don't care about titles anymore, or that kind of thing, like just something that's like relevant, like emotionally opening up. So that's what kind of needs to happen here in order for you to get it from the other person. It's not going to happen overnight. You don't have to do it like tomorrow or this next week, but like over the next few weeks, next few months, this might be something that like might help the two of you feel comfortable giving that to the other person, is giving them what you want in little pieces. You might want to build up to it or something like that, showing a little bit here and there, and being like, hey, I want to kind of show you like that I'm physically there for you. I want to show you that I'm emotionally there for you, in like little ways, and kind of build up. And then at some point, both of you are going to feel like, I trust this person. I'm going to give them what they want. This confirmation, emotionally, physically. All right, group 4, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, I really appreciate a comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 3, with the Ace of Cups. We're looking at his thoughts and actions for you. And there's a bonus read at the end if you're interested. So let's get started with what's going on in his life right now and how it might affect you in this connection at this time. Clover. Okay, opportunity, happiness. Okay, it does seem like there's hope. Definitely feeling grounded and ready to take on these new opportunities, or feeling really hopeful and happy about the direction of his life at this time. And the 8 of Swords in reverse. He's finally getting some clarity. I feel like he's been he might have been feeling a little bit stuck, maybe unsure, working on himself a lot, and now it's just kind of like he's in a good place. All that hard work paid off, and he's happy and looking forward to the future. And how does it affect you? Momentum. Okay, the Chariot. Wow. So this is good for every area of his life, including his love life. And he's doing good. The connection is doing good. Anyone who's connected to him is doing well. But specifically, this connection, whether you two are kind of just in the dating phase, or will be soon, just getting to know each other, just met, will meet soon, or you've been dating for a while, or in a relationship, or even married, it just feels like he's in a good spot, and that means really good things for you too. All right, so let's see his thoughts about you right now. The Golden Mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. It came out in reverse, but the Golden Mirror I'm getting is like I'm seeing that like he's seeing all of his best qualities reflected in you. He's in a really healthy place in his life, and so he's seeing all your best qualities that he has within himself and that he admires in you and wants to pursue. And it's in a healthy way, with kind of mirrored relationship, like twin flames or certain karmics, or you can have it with your soulmate. You can have a mirrored relationship with anyone. It's just kind of like whoever is close or in your life right now, or any experiences that you had in the past. If it's a person that can help mirror a situation to you to get you clarity and help you learn and grow, that person's going to be a mirror, whether they're in your life right now, whoever's in your life. It could be a neighbor, it could be a family member, it could be just some stranger off the street, right? Or it could be someone from your past that and a friend that you used to have, or just an ex or whatever. Like, whether this person is in your life right now or has been in the past, if a situation in your life right now can be mirrored through another person, Spirit will use that person in that situation to help you kind of learn the lesson and grow and evolve. But with the golden mirror here, I don't see any of these things. I see that he's, because he's in such a good good place in his life, he's seeing you. He's seeing the best qualities in you, because he's seeing the best qualities in himself. He's seeing those best qualities in you too. He's like, oh, she has this unbelievable courage and unbelievable ability to find beauty in things, and just a beautiful smile, and look at that hair, and like the way she dresses, she's so funny, you know, it just feels so warm to be around her. You know, she's so smart, she's so good with these things. Like, he's seeing the best qualities in you, some of which he has and some of which he doesn't have but aspires to, and some of which he just wants around because it complements his good qualities. I'm seeing it like, wow, like when you're in that good mood, you just see rainbows and sunshine, right? You start seeing colors more vividly, and I'm just seeing that, like, he's just seeing you in such a bright light, and this connection such a bright light, because he's in that light. He's glowing right now. He's radiating. He's in a good place, and that, you know, and when you're in that good place, you can recognize it in another person too. Two of mirrors, 2 on 1, 2 of swords. You know, sometimes the 2 of swords, it's not a fight. You know, it's so funny that I'm seeing this in a different energy, because it came out so positive that, like, these cards that typically have negative meaning associated with them don't. And when this 2 of swords came up, the first thing that came up was like this deck, where the 2 of swords means peace, because always, like, everyone has like such a negative or somewhat neutral negative meaning for the 2 of swords. And when I saw that peace, and I'm like, yeah, it's like no more fighting, like things that you two would normally fight about or disagree on. It's like, it's water under the bridge, or it just feels like you two are just kind of getting along. Or even if you don't agree, you can figure out a solution or compromise very quickly. It's just being able to being in that high frequency energy. You just see things from a higher perspective. It's easier to kind of move through difficult energies, or conflicting or combative energies. Wow, this is a really like honeymoon phase type of energy for the 2 of you, pile 3. It's a great time. Like, nothing. It feels like nothing can go wrong. You know, you're just in this like protected, warm, divine energy, because he's in a really, really high frequency energy. You're gonna notice that, like, it's like, you know, even if things don't go right, you're going on a date or something, and, like, you know, the restaurant had to close early because of some issue, whatever, or it starts raining, or whatever the situation is, like, both of you make light of it and make it a fun time, and become spontaneous, be in the moment, and just enjoy it. So that's beautiful. It's a beautiful time to connect with a loved one. Pile 3 is someone that you really like. Okay, so what are his actions towards you right now? Or at least what actions does he plan to take towards you at this time? Ally in disguise. Discover the hard to find blessing. Oh my goodness. This guy, pile 3, this guy is on top of it. He's like, he's finding the positive in everything. Take advantage of this positive time. I mean, just being in his energy, you'll have a fun time and things will move forward positively. But like, while he has this momentum, and he's like really in this, like, he's like flying high right now. He's finding like good things and even horrible things, horrible situations or difficult situations. That's a really good energy. If there's a time to bring up difficult things, this would be the time. Maybe not like all at once, but a little bit here and there, because he's in the energy to handle it. he can take it on. Yeah. Wow. Ace of Wands. We got Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands. Now is the time to do it. Now's the time you have the momentum here. You have the time to take action, say some things, get things done, try new stuff. New hobbies and interests. I feel like he's going to use this energy to be creative. When you're that divinely connected, you usually use the energy, your intuition to make bold moves in towards your passion projects or creative pursuits, or even bigger goals for yourself. You might get some intuitive hit for your business or your workplace or your career goals and stuff like that, for your relationship goals even. So like, this is a good time. Like, he's having good ideas. It's a good time to ask about like potential decisions, options, fun things to do, future visions of important things. Not like all at once, but like once in a while. This is good energy. Okay, and so his actions towards you. Isolation is necessary. He'll want to be closed off at this time, because he's in such a good energy that we want to kind of protect that energy. When good things are happening to us, we want to kind of protect ourselves, because we think it's going to go away. Someone could take it away from us. Someone's not going to understand. Someone's going to mess it up for us. Or we just kind of want to take advantage of that energy for ourselves and use it as long as we can. We think it's going to go away quickly. And that's just like a natural human habit, unless you break it. A lot of us going into 5D, you're in that energy for extensive amount of time, long periods of time. But for someone who's not aware of that, they're just going to want to maybe isolate, they don't want someone to kind of dim their light, right? So if you want to be involved, I would definitely show him how you can be a positive influence while he's in this energy. Helpful, encouraging of his creative pursuits, but then also engaging him with more provocative thoughts and ideas. And not just in the sexual sense. I mean, like, something that might be interesting for him to think about. Okay. And so he's finding blessings in everything. He's in a really good energy to take risks or make bold decisions or make moves on things that matter to him. And because of that, he might want to kind of be on his own a little bit more. But he's in this really, really good energy. And you're not an energy vampire. I do feel like to kind of prove that to his spirit, his soul knows, but to prove that to his spirit is to kind of, first of all, get to his level of energy, be high frequency as well. If you're not in high frequency, I would stay away, because you're going to drain his energy and he's going to want to avoid you more. But get to his energy. If you're already in his high frequency energy, then show that you're on the same page and that you are feeling very creative and, philosophical and deep, think about deep things. Also just want to have fun, not get too serious, but kind of think about serious things in a fun way. And just kind of taking things as they come. So you're gonna have to be in a high frequency energy to be around him. But he's gonna want to isolate. What kind of action is that? How likely will he fall through? Will he fall through, and how likely? You're going in the right direction. So the reason he wants to isolate is because he understands, like, he might have been stuck for a little while, and because he got unstuck, he wants to use this energy to kind of figure out his next steps. This could be for his career, for his finances, for his life in general, his health, or his relationship with others. So he might be like, oh yeah, I'm in this good energy. I'm going to use it to figure out what I should do next. How to go about getting to the next level, if he already knows, So he's like following his guidance, and his heart, his soul, his energy will know, because he's in such a high frequency energy and super connected right now, whether you're going to be helpful or hindering him at this time. So if you want to be around him and you want to get some benefits out of this energy for the both of you, it would really, really behoove you to kind of get into the higher frequency energy as well. Justice card. And you can. And you can. So how likely he will follow through? Very, very. He most definitely, if you're not around his frequency, he will kick you to the curb. If you are around his level or higher, he will definitely F with you. He'll definitely want you around. He'll definitely hang out with you. He'll definitely talk to you. Deep conversations, fun conversations, hang out with you more, do different activities. He's also gonna definitely want some space to kind of figure out some of his own stuff, but he'll definitely involve you in his life right now and his decisions and his thoughts heavily if you can hold that same high frequency. And I'm getting for a lot of you, you are in the high frequency. If not, if you're in a place where you're still dip back and forth, if you can figure out a way to hold a high frequency, you'll be able to be in his energy at this time. How long lasting is it? Okay, well, with that, we'll look into the bonus reading. So pile 3, I do have a bonus reading where we ask the question, what does both of your higher selves want to say to you in regards to this connection? And if you're not looking for extra guidance of that kind of sort, and this is all the information you need about your person right now, you're definitely welcome to click off this reading, and I wish you much love and light. Please leave me a like and comment if you enjoy this reading, and if you want to hear the bonus messages, stick around. All right, beautiful. So we have message 5 and message 6. These messages are gonna relate to this pile 3 a little bit more. That's what I'm basing it off of. But if you feel guided to one of the other messages, there are 8 messages total. You can definitely pick one of those. The timestamps are below. And I'm going to give you a second here to pick. Right now would be a good time to pause if you need more time. This is message 5. Welcome, group 5. Let's see. Will he follow through and how likely? Deal with it later. Okay, so I feel like, especially in the beginning when he first starts to isolate himself because he needs to figure things out, I would let him do it. I think he needs to feel like he sufficiently started figuring his next steps out or how to go about it when he initially enters this energy. So let him do that. Otherwise, he's going to push you away and be like, hey, this is important right now. How do you not know that? And push you away. Oh, she's going to be a bothersome, whereas if you know this is happening, you're like, oh, that's cool that you're in this really awesome energy, do your thing. I'll hit you up later, or I'll talk to you later then when you have a little bit more free time, acknowledging that he does need some time to kind of use this energy for himself. Really good, solid idea. Okay, it's the wrong time. Yeah. So right after that, it's probably not the right time to try to push these ideas and options and decisions on him. He could become resentful if he feels like you kind of get him out of this, frequency. It takes a long time for some people, especially when you're still going on, starting your journey or in the middle of your journey, like to kind of keep that high frequency vibration, to get to that mental state. Sometimes it takes a long time to get there. Sometimes it magically happens. Sometimes that you had to work for it. But once you have it, you want to hold on to it for dear life, right? Not in a way that like you feel like it's going to go away anytime soon, but it's like, you want to ride that wave. You want to be in it for as long as you can. It's a magical manifestation period. You're so connected that you can connect to your guides and do everything so easily. When you further along your journey, you realize that like you can always be in that energy. You can be in 5D mentality always. You just have to like know how to do it, right? But for someone who's just like, wow, this is new and this is special. This could be someone who's really advanced in their journey and just started just stepped into 5D completely, And by 5G, I mean someone who it can be in that 5D mentality for long periods of time or be in it consistently, more so than not. And when you're on your journey moving into 5D, you kind of go back and forth depending on where you are on your journey. So he's in this energy, you don't want to pop his bubble, that would be like the worst thing you could do, because like, then he's gonna blame you, not only like see you as a block, but see you as the reason that he couldn't take some time to figure things out for himself, Okay, true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. True and lasting love is here for you. Yeah, and so you can tell, like, I'm getting that you're a very spiritual person too, high frequency. And so you can observe what he's doing and understand it for yourself because you've been through it and you understand what's happening for him. So you understand, when he needs a space or that this is going to be beneficial for both of you down the line. If you recognize it, you understand that, you're in a good space. The devil in reverse, yeah. If there's a voice in your head saying like, but he's popped your bubble before, or, he didn't understand when you were in this headspace, or he didn't help you when you were in this space, or nobody helped you when you were like in that space, or just asking one question. How is that going to ruin this for him? Like, you deserve at least one question. You deserve, just one thing. Well, if you hear that like shadow self or that dark aspect of your the ego mind kind of like jolt in with these thoughts, quiet it down. Slap its wrist. Like, no, ego, back of the line. Quiet down. I'll bring you out when it's necessary. For a lot of you, you're in such a high frequency place yourself, or you're further along your journey, that you don't have these thoughts. If they do come up, you can easily quiet it down. Depends on where you are in your journey. Because I'm getting for this specific pile and group, that it's like it's kind of varied depending on where you are in your journey, but it can imply whether you're just at the beginning or much further down. Yeah, because you're like, this is true love. Of course, negative energies are trying to fight it. There's that slight sliver of negative aspect within yourself too. Everyone has it, right? You just quiet it down. Get better and better at it, right? Okay, so let's see where his energy and intentions towards you were before. He was dying. He was like in a really tough spot. He might have not showed it, but he was like kind of in a space where he just wanted to kind of just deal with his own things. Like he had so much anxiety and stress over everything in his life and like where things were going and how he could go about things, how he tried so many things and he still can't get clarity. He was dying. So you weren't quite in the picture because like you were one of these swords that's bleeding. You were one of the swords, one of many things that he couldn't get right, couldn't figure out, felt stuck in, didn't know what to do, didn't know how to move forward, tried different things and already different solutions, didn't work. He was dying. All right, and then where Where does he feel like this is going? Page of Cups. He feels like there's like, I'm getting like a summer of love. There's like spring and summer of love. Like there's like good times ahead. With a lot of flirting and dreaming and stuff like that. But he feels like I'm getting he's a little bit self-conscious. He feels like he would fumble. He feels like he won't be able to grab onto it. This dream, these, like, you know, he thinks it'd just be empty promises, and he doesn't want to be that person. He's had a lack of confidence recently, and although he wants to be in that place where he could talk to you about, you know, your mutual dreams and vision for the future together, he feels like he's just being fake. Like he's saying all these, he might just say all these things that he can't back up. And so he needed to get his life in order. He needed to get his own house in order before he can move forward with anyone, any kind of commitment in a more stable way. Okay, so the energy now, last card. Yeah, the Ace of Cups. He's getting self-love. He's getting a lot of divine love. And guess what happens when he gets to fill up his own cup? He's going to be able to share it with another. So he's in a place where he can, where he will be able to confidently share his dreams and visions for the future with you, and not feel like he's just making empty promises, or he won't be able to even like trust himself to fulfill that. You know, even small things, even just like a date. Like he feels like he can't even commit to a date. One date, you know? So like, you know, he feels like, I don't want to keep making empty promises. And yeah, he's in a really good energy right now. He's getting a lot of divine guidance. He's getting a lot of love for himself and, you know, boosting himself up. He's in a good place. And he'll be able to share that soon with you. So if you can just wait a little bit towards the end of this, like you know, high frequency state, or once he gets more comfortable in it, he'll be able to connect with you. So, okay, so group 5, I hope you enjoyed this bonus read. If you did, I really appreciate like a comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Okay, group 6 with message 6. Let's see. Will he follow through, and how likely? It will sustain you. So I feel like he'll be able to give you, like while he's in a really high frequency energy, he'll be able to at least like support you and kind of give you what you need without sacrificing using this energy for himself. You know, he'll be able to, because he's super connected. He's like overflowing with divine energy right now, right? So he'll be able to give you enough to kind of keep you going, keep the connection going, or keep this like, like however much attention or love that you need, but without sacrificing using this energy for the things he needs to get done, kind of thing. All right, so February. Okay, so I feel like this is a timeless reading. I feel like this is the energy that I'm getting Valentine's Day, like the energy that like he'll try to make his own Valentine's Day for you. Like for anything he's missed, he'll make up for. He'll tell you that. It's like, oh yeah, like sorry, I can't make our anniversary dinner. Like I guarantee you I'll make it up for you next month. It'll be better. You know? Like I wholeheartedly, honestly will make this up for you, to you, and you know, when I can, and you won't be disappointed. Or like, hey, like I can't make it to see you this week. A lot of work piled up, but I'll make it worth your while in 2 weeks, you know? Or I'm also getting this kind of energy that you trust this because he has been doing this. He has been kind of there and kind of helping you when he can, or, you know, giving you attention and giving you like quality time in the way that he can, in the recent past, in the past few weeks, the past month or so. Okay, so both of your higher selves, message for the both of you. Engagement. Oh wow, your love life is soon ascending to a higher level of commitment. And this is awesome because he's entering a very high frequency energy, right? And he's kind of grounding a lot of it right now, and grounding more of it than he ever has in the past. So he's going to be ready for like a higher level of commitment, but higher level of love in general, a higher level of bond between the two of you. And that's going to be surprising and exciting for you. And you're going to notice it. Like there's a difference, it's a shift in your connection. So he's giving you as much as he can right now. And you're going to feel like, even though he's giving you a little bit here and there, you're going to feel like just from like those few texts or conversations or the few times that you could meet up during this time, you can be like, wow, there's a shift here. Like when he hangs out with me, it's like I feel more fulfilled, even though it's a shorter period of time. I feel more loved upon, you know, I feel more supported, even though I'm seeing him less, way, way less, you know? So you're going to notice like there's a shift here. Like when he gives love, it's like, it's stronger, you know? So it's going to feel like that. You're going to feel a shift. You're going to notice that something is different before he can even, you know, take action on this connection. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. This is the time. If not now, when? If not now, when? So it might not be exactly time just yet to move things forward. He needs a little bit of a timeout to kind of figure things out, but he's going to give you enough to kind of move things forward, and you're going to notice a shift in the way that he interacts with you. Just in this little bit of interactions that he does have with you, you're going to notice a huge shift. All right, so let's see the kind of energy he was in before, in the recent past, in terms of this connection. 10 of Swords. He saw roadblocks ahead. He saw disaster ahead, and he wanted to avoid it. I feel like he got like a wake-up call, maybe a friend or something that he saw in the news or in a video or something, a story about, you know, how wrong things can get, even if you think things are right or if you think you're moving in a positive direction, and how to avoid those pitfalls, those unnecessary pitfalls. Make smart decisions and kind of really work on yourself and make sure you're good before moving forward. So he's doing that. He's avoiding all like the potholes, and not even the potholes, but like the huge like sinkholes, you know? Like he avoided huge potential sinkholes in terms of this relationship because of the work he's been doing and doing right now, recently. Okay, what was he hoping for the future between the two of you? 5 of Swords in reverse. He doesn't want to just win. He doesn't want it just for the surface level. He wants to genuinely feel like this is good. This is good for everyone involved. I'm not the only winner here. I'm not just getting what I want. That this is a good thing. When something is good, it's good in many different situations, you know? When it's genuine, authentic, and real and pure love, like it is all those things in every situation. And so he didn't want to like be fake. I'm getting this like feeling of like he didn't want to like jump into this knowing that it's like a good connection, there's a soulmate level connection here, but then feeling like I wasn't ready, or I have to fake it half the time because I didn't finish getting to do what I want to do, or I wasn't fully in this space yet, or I just gave them what they wanted, or I just took what I wanted without considering all the other aspects. They want to be good. They want to feel good, not in just this relationship, but everything around this relationship, if that makes sense. Okay, last card. What is the energy now? new adventure, excitement. They're excited. Like this is the energy you want them to be in. They're excited, they're excited for this relationship, but they're also very excited with everything that's coming together for them around this relationship in every other area of their life. So they feel really good about it. They feel like even they're even like kind of, what's it called? Like back pay. Like I feel like anything that they kind of feel like they missed out on or wish they did better, they're like, they even have a plan for that. So they're coming into this connection confident, feeling like they didn't miss anything or they don't have anything left behind, even things that they feel like they needed to make up for in the past or plan for. Like they have it all set. So they feel really, really confident moving into this connection with you, or excited about starting this connection or this next chapter with you, because they took the time to get everything in a good place, or a good enough place where they don't feel like they're going to be faking it. They don't feel like you're going to be faking it. They're both genuinely there and ready for the real thing. All right, group 6, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. And I wish you much love and light. Hey, beautiful pile 4 with the Ace of Pentacles card. We're looking at his thoughts and actions towards you right now. And there is a bonus reading at the end of this reading if you would like some extra messages. But let's get started. What's going on with his life right now, and how does it affect you in this connection, if it does? The Moon card. Okay. So Moon is about creativity, shadow self, reflection. Yeah, let's see. Imagination, intuition. Yeah. So there's a lot going on around the mind right now. Thinking a lot, feeling a lot up in the air, a lot up for discussion, a lot of thinking about a lot of different things. Ace of Cups. Specifically about opportunity and something that matters to them a lot. It could be this connection. Let me clarify. 8 of Clouds, coming out of self-victimization. So 8 of Swords, coming out of this energy of not feeling clear-headed, not knowing what's going on, what the next steps are in life. Okay, so with this Ace of Cups, I do feel like he's feeling a lot better about his chances with you and starting something new with you, or starting fresh, or starting this next new thing. It could be he's starting something in his own life, that one of his like passion projects or something, or starting it up again, or trying something new. Usually these two things happen at the same time when someone is kind of getting into new love energies, or even if it's like rekindled or something coming back, or whether this is someone just kind of stepping into the dating scene again, whether they're single, whether you know this person or not, and they're coming into your life, or like you were dating for a little while and there's kind of like a rough patch, or you guys stopped talking too much, really, you don't barely talk to each other. And now they're coming back in full force, or even if you've been dating for a long time or in a relationship for a long time, just kind of feeling like they've been off a little bit recently and getting that revitalized energy. I do feel like they're getting their head out of the clouds, and they're like now dreaming and wondering about this new opportunity with you. But oftentimes when someone's entering a new, fresh kind of energy, it works hand in hand with something that they really love in terms of activity or hobby or interest or passion project in their personal life as well. So usually the two things coincide. So I do feel like it's both things, but I do think that they're thinking about you a lot. The good and the bad, mostly good, mostly daydreaming, but there a little bit of doubts and like fears popping up, but they get through it pretty quickly. Getting like 85% positive thoughts. The other little bit just being a little bit nervous, scared, the old version of themselves, but they're realizing that they're in this new energy where they feel more confident, they feel more clear, and they're excited about new energy and in terms of love and things that they love coming into their life. Okay, so what are his thoughts about you right now? Girl talk in reverse. Time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. And that came out in reverse. So this person is going to, if they've been kind of just holding you at arm's length and trying to just be friends, or not really tell you if they want to go out with you again, or not being really clear about their intentions or their feelings about you, I feel like this is their time. They've decided to kind of come clean and be like, hey, I don't want to just be friends anymore. I want to go out, or like, hey, like, I really like you. I would really like to give this like a real shot. What do you think? What do you say? They're ready. They're ready for this now, and they're gonna make it known to you. Wow. Okay. Or they intend to make it known to you. We'll look in the second half of the reading to see if they will. Two of Cups, Two of Flutes. Cheers. Yeah. So I feel like they're excited. We get the Ace of Cups to the Two of Cups. So I feel like they're excited. They're ready to take the next step. It might be like a smaller step, but they're willing to show you that they're moving forward. They're taking some sort of step forward. Yeah, if this is a new connection, like you don't know this person yet or you barely know them, this might just seem normal. But if you've had little to no communication with this person, or you dated them for a little while, it might be kind of like out of the blue, kind of surprising. Like, oh yeah, I thought this isn't gonna happen. I thought you weren't interested, or you're busy. It might come to you as a surprise. If you've been dating this person for a long time, or have been in a relationship with this person for a long time, you might be excited to know that this person is back and feeling like their old self, or like better, and you know, kind of like the ebbs and flow of long-term relationship, like really entering a really new fun chapter of your connection together. So let's see his actions towards you, or at least what he intends to do in terms of taking action towards you. Flip it upside down. Question your beliefs. Interesting. The Emperor. Okay, so it might seem kind of bizarre or out of the blue, but he's going to take a completely different approach than what he had before. So if you know this person already, he's going to come at this connection in a totally different way. More confident, more secure, more forward-looking, kind of ready to have the more serious and deep conversations, or to take more actions, leading up to bigger actions. Kind of wanting to take the lead sometimes, or sometimes just even, asking you about things that he finds important and would want to know if he were to go all the way with you, kind of thing. If this is someone new coming to your life that you don't really know or you haven't met yet, I feel like this person is coming at this connection in a completely different way than anyone else in your life has ever done. And anyone else you've ever dated, or anyone else who ever approached you as a romantic interest ever has. So it kind of takes you aback a little bit, like kind of like, whoa, like this is new, this is different, but it makes you happy. I'm getting it appeases you. It like you feel good about it. So whether this is someone you know already or don't, like I feel like this positive change in how this person approaches you makes you kind of like excited, like, oh, this is different, like this is interesting, I want to see where this goes, like this has the potential to work, because it's not like anything in the past, Waiting on love. Yeah, so I do feel like this person is kind of being more serious about this, taking charge a little bit more here and there, asking the more important questions. They've been waiting for love for a long time, but who knew that the love that they were waiting for was actually love for themselves. So with, you know how I said, like, with when someone is coming into new love energies, it's usually because they found new love for themselves. Usually if it's healthy, this is a healthy connection. So yeah, new love for themselves. If it's an unhealthy or karmic relationship, it's usually something that makes you feel better about yourself, even if it's bad for you, you know? And that karmic lesson or that karmic relationship usually teaches you things, gives you lessons, that helps you get to a place where you can have a more healthier connection, right? This is a healthy connection. So this person has been not in a good place in terms of love because they need to have more self-love. Once they found that, they're like, I'm ready to get serious. I'm ready to kind of buckle down and talk over the logistics with you, or make a game plan, or, you know, here's a list of all the important questions people should know before they get married. Let's go over it. It's like, wait a second. We're just trying to go on another date. You know, or wait a second, like, I know you're excited for this next chapter, but you're very confident about it, but like, let's talk about this. So I'm waiting on you, my love. Like, they're ready to take the next actions boldly, acting like completely opposite of what they did before, or almost opposite of what they were doing before. It takes you back a little bit, and you're like, I don't know if this is a good thing. I think you feel good about it. You feel positive that they're making some sort of change, and that could only mean that, like, there's a possibility here, versus if it was a repeat of the last cycle, you wouldn't feel so positive about it, right? So, like, okay, this is a good indication, but just hold on a second. I don't know if you just kind of flipping everything on me is a good thing yet, you know? And so they're like trying to push you, and you're kind of like, wait, now I need time. I need time. So how likely will he follow through with this action? Will he follow through with this action, and how likely? Choose a new direction. Yeah. I think it's too much. Like, I feel like they change way too much, and they're going at it too hard, and they're not desperate, but it's giving off that kind of similar energy. It almost feels like you don't know if they actually want this, or if they just want to be a different person, you know? If they just want to handle things differently and attack this in a different angle, as opposed to who they were before, not being that go-getter, or not feeling ready to go get. So I do feel like they're going in the complete opposite direction of what they normally do. Will this work out for them in their favor? Will they continue being this way? The Devil in reverse. Okay, it's one of those things where they had to go face their fears. And so I feel like one of their fears was like commitment, or going out with someone new, or trying a relationship again. Like, I feel like there's like a huge underlying fear there, and they just needed to like jump, you know? Like, they came to a point where it's just like they've been kind of doing the same things over and over again, you know, and now they just need to make a change. Like, it's been building and building and building, where they kind of kept doing the same things and nothing was changing for them, and they just kept being unhappy. It's like it builds up to a point where they finally got angry, finally got frustrated and fed up with things not changing in their life for the positive. So they made a change. They did something that makes them happy, and that allowed them to kind of feel confident in making a change and coming in terms of approaching their love life. And now they're doing something that they wouldn't do normally, like just be brave enough and ask that person out, or be brave enough to be like, oh, second date, or you want to go on a vacation with me sooner rather than later that they would, or, you know, like, you've been dating for a while, like, okay, do you want to go study with me? Do you want to meet my folks, meet my friends? Do you want to, you know, talk about, you know, living together or marriage or kids? Like, right off the bat, talking about these important things. And like, I was fearful of these things before. Maybe they had a huge heartbreak before. Maybe they had tried to take these steps with someone in the past, and it failed miserably. Maybe they have a fear of commitment or whatever it is, but they face these fears head on. They jumped in and they went for it with you. You're going to be hearing about it soon, apparently. Wow. I feel like some of you are feeling like, well, a lot of you are feeling like, okay, this is a change, and that could only mean something positive. Like, it's not the same, it's something different. So this could be good news for me in terms of my love life. And you're kind of sussing it out a little bit to see, like, okay, is this for real? Is this person sticking with it? What's going on? Why is this like different? Is this a good thing? You know, you need a second to kind of figure that out. And they just needed to kind of, because you sense that you're very intuitive, right, powerful. You sense that like they're like hesitating or they have some apprehension, and they're just like jumping in. It's because they need to have the bravery and the courage to do something different. But you're picking up on that energy, and you're like, why are they hesitant? Should I be worried about something? Like, you know, so you're kind of, you had to let wait until like the energy settles, kind of. All right. So now we're going to go into the bonus reading where we look at the question, what does both of your higher selves want to say to you right now in terms of this connection? So if you're not looking for that kind of guidance, because it's going to be very like specific, you might want to hear it, you might not want to hear it, and this is enough information for you, you can definitely, you're more than welcome to click off this reading. And if you are leaving, I wish you much love and light. And if you would like divine messages, stick around and we'll look at that. All right, so we have 2 messages here, and they're gonna relate more with pile 4 just because we came off that reading, but you don't have to pick these from one of these 2 messages. You can definitely pick from any of the 8 messages of the bonus reading in the timestamps below, if one of those feel like they would resonate with you more than these 2. But these 2 are definitely going to play off of the reading we just did. So you have the choice of message 7 or message 8. And if you want more time to figure out which pile you want to choose, you can definitely pause here and I will see you in the message. Okay, group 7 is a message for you, message 7. And we're looking at what both your higher selves want to say to you, and we're continuing with the question, will he follow through and how likely? Don't overdo it. Yeah, so I do feel like he's coming to you, he's approaching you, and he wants to take the next step with you, but I wouldn't push him to go further than he is willing to at this time. You know, he's taking on a second date, maybe not start talking about moving in together. You know, he's talking about moving in together, maybe not bring up having kids right now. You know, like if he's just making that offer and that, and like extending this kind of gratitude towards you and the connection and appreciation for you and the connection, you might not want to overdo it. You know, like don't push your luck here a little bit. You know, like there's time to talk about all those things, but like let him ground the first step before you're on. Like, you know, he's like trying to do step number 2 and you're here on like 5, 6, 8. Like, you know, like let him ground in step 2, and you know you can naturally talk about step 3 or 4 in the near future. You know, you can even talk about steps 5 or 6, but it's just like let him ground in step 2 first, you know? So it's like kind of like be in the moment with them a little bit, like kind of appreciate where things are at and the fact that they are moving forward, right? But this is just like a heads up from your higher guides. Like, you know, like it took a lot for him to get to this level. Like, don't crush this, you know, poor boy's heart, you know? Poor man's heart. Like he's been through, he had to stomach a lot. He had to go through so much to get to this point. Like, if you shut him down already, saying that what he's offering is not good enough, which is like a one step in that direction, like he's gonna have to go through that cycle all over again. So like, you know, he's giving you a piece of his heart. Like, don't break it. His heart is really like still fragile, you know, but he's doing as much as he can, even with a fragile heart. It's time to take a break. Yeah, so it's definitely like, he's like, I feel like there's gonna be spaces in between. Like, he's gonna take a step, and then there might be a huge gap until like step 3, and then a huge gap until step 4, and then like once he gets this momentum going, he'll be able to kind of build that confidence and take more steps and bigger steps more easier and sooner. But like, you're gonna have to give him his space and approach you when he's ready. You know, if that sounds like something you're not willing to do, then please leave this poor guy alone. You know, he's been through enough. He doesn't need that, you know? But I feel like for most of you, if you watch this channel, it attracts really high frequency, beautiful souls. And so you can understand that. Okay, and what else do your higher selves want to say to you? Different paths. You are not on the same page with this person you have in mind. The directions you want to move in are different. Yeah. I feel like it's because you are further ahead. Like, you are like at step 5, 6, 7, 8, and you're ready for like the next step, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he's just at step 2. And so it's like, it really depends on you. Like, if you want this connection, you're gonna have to be patient with him, and he will get there eventually. But like, he's starting somewhere different, and he needs to kind of continue on his path before he can even merge paths with you. And so you're gonna have to like play to his place on his path before he can even understand you and your path. You might not want to wait. You might want to find someone who is at the same level as you. Not that he's any better or worse. It's just like, you know, it really depends on how long you're willing to wait. If you want this specific person. Because if you decide that you want someone who is more on your level or higher, the universe will bring that to you. But you have to decide. If you keep choosing this person, then you can't be mad when they need to traverse their path in the only way that they know how, you know. There is a feeling of good friendship here. There are good times here. You might be someone who's like celebrating the fact that they are taking this extra step. You might be just happy for them, for being like, oh wow, you got the courage to do this. That's amazing. Like, keep going with it. Maybe you are interested in this person, but you know, it's just you are so spiritually mature that you understand that like you both are on different paths, you know, and maybe you still like this person or interested in them, but you understand that like you're gonna have to go their separate ways, but you still want the best for them. That's a sign of a really high level soul there, group 7. So what was his intentions for you in this connection in the recent past? I can see a fight coming. Like, I can hear. Okay, so I feel like there was a lot of like arguments or potential arguments in the recent past. So I feel like even with his limited communication with you, it felt like both of you might have been avoiding conflict. Like, we're on the verge of conflicts, but like stopped it because, you know, you two weren't like at that place in the relationship yet, or you two weren't kind of you weren't on the same page yet for the next chapter, whatever it is. Like, you felt the fight coming, but you like stopped it. because you weren't really too sure if you wanted to enter this chapter with this person yet. So it's like, okay, I'm not gonna fight with them. Like I'm in a relationship with them. If I'm not sure if they're gonna come with me to the next chapter, So you kind of kept your mouth shut a little bit, and so did they. What were they then tending for you for the future? The Devil in reverse. It's not you. I just feel like they associate a lot of their past fears and hesitation and their old version of themselves to you in this connection. It's kind of one of those things that, like, when you go, like, when you're going through a horrible time in your life and you just start dating someone that you like it can go one of two ways. Like, one, that they, like, you guys really work well during that hard time, and like you build a fear support system for each other, and you're glued to that person because, like, they didn't like ridicule you, they understood you, they gave you space, and they helped you even, right? But then there's also the situation where you just started to date someone and you really like them, but then you're going through horrible things in your life, and the person that you were with, even if they didn't do anything, they just kind of reflected how you were so embarrassed of yourself, how you felt so ashamed, and how you just felt like, oh no, like, I'm such a horrible person, I'm so awkward, I'm so weird, like, I'm not good enough. Like, even you not doing anything can reflect that. Or they could have been in a relationship where that person was, like, confirming everything they felt negatively about themselves. So, like, even though they really liked you two, really liked each other, it just kind of felt like they were not in a good place. And even if they finally get to a good place and, like, they still like you, it's just like they're always going to be reminded of how it started or how you made them feel in that time. It's just like, it may be better just to cut your losses and find someone new, because you don't want to be reminded of that, like, hellish time or that version of yourself so much. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It's like they were kind of going through a difficult time, or they had a negative self image of themselves, and although they like you, they're gonna continue to, like, if you're around them, they're gonna think about it more than if you're not, of all the times that they kind of failed or feel like they embarrassed themselves in front of you, or didn't feel good enough. And so even if you do like each other, it might be kind of like, it might be best to just, like, start fresh or something. It's not always the best solution for every situation like this, but in this situation where it just feels like you just both completed a chapter, it might be something to consider. If it's beneficial for both of you, why not? I'm the kind of person who's like, yeah, you got to stick it through any difficult situation. But this is a situation where it's like you completed something, both of you, and it just feels like, it might be, if there's a time to break for it, it's now. It doesn't have to be like you break for it for good. Like, I do see the Three of Cups here. Like, I do feel like you guys could have the potential to stay friends or stay friendly. Yeah, and the energy now, we've got the King of Wands. Yeah, I feel like the both of you are kind of looking at this, like, long term now. It's no longer like, even though he's in a better spot and you're, willing to kind of help him out or give this another shot, in the moment it might seem like, oh, this might become something, this might be great. But when you both think long term, for you, it's like, do I want to wait until he gets to level 3, 4, 5, and 5 and, match me before we move forward to where I'm already ready to move forward to? Or, does he really want to kind of have a reminder of all his, like, recent failures right when he's just getting started? Even though both of you like each other, like, you both are kind of thinking long term. It's like, maybe this isn't it. Maybe we can be friends and be, like, each other's support system in this time. But maybe just keep it at that. Maybe, who knows? Only you know. Only you know what's best for you in this connection right now. Yeah. And I feel like there is potential here for things to come together, maybe differently. This is a timeless reading, but the time that I'm recording this, it's eclipse season. So if look at like the events in your life right now, look at the astrology at the time that you're watching this, and if there's like eclipse season going on or major astrological events or changes happening, you might want to wait a little bit. Things might change after that eclipse season or after those significant changes. So maybe take a break from this and then revisit it in the near future. Things might be different. Things might be different. So it's up to you. But this is just their divine message from both of your higher selves. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate it. Like a comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. And I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful soul. This is message 8. We're going to look at your higher self's message to you in regards to this connection. And we're going to continue with, will he follow through and how likely? All right. You must act now. So it feels like he's kind of in a vulnerable space right now. And you can either make this or break this with this current gesture of kindness, gesture of love. And so because he's in a vulnerable state, he kind of, he just got his confidence back. He's taking his first action after he's got his clarity on the situation. Mustering up all the courage that he has. And, if you can be on that level where you kind of build up his confidence and be on board, or if you kind of waver or not be sure about it, or kind of not appreciate the way that he kind of comes across with his gesture, like the way that he presents his gesture, kind of criticize it, it's done. It's done. You might cycle him back into another thing of getting his courage back or something, but he's going to be completely done with you if you don't choose now. And I'm not saying choose yes or no. I'm just saying, if you want to make a decision, make it now and make it clear, kind of thing. Okay. January. Okay. So I am getting kind of new year, new energy kind of thing. So I do feel like this is a timeless reading, by the way. So it might have significance about when you're watching this. But I do get this feeling that if you say yes, it's going to feel like a whole new life starting. Not just for him, but for you and for this connection. It's going to feel like everything is new. The excitement of starting a new relationship, making plans together, working with each other. It's going to feel like a completely different life, and if you say no but it's just because of timing issues, or you want him to be in a better space, I would wait until next January. Whenever you're watching this, whenever January is coming up. If you're in January, watching this in January, it's going to be probably around sometimes this month, or it could be whenever January is coming in next. You might have another chance at this. Okay. What else do both your higher selves want to say to you? Open your eyes. If someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. So I do feel like this person is really opening up their heart, and it might seem like a small gesture to you, a small romantic gesture, but it is huge for them. They don't do things like this, or they haven't done it for a very long time, and there's more underneath the surface. It's more meaningful. Read between the lines, because this means something far more deeper than what it looks like surface level. So if you can listen with your heart, you'll understand what this seemingly small gesture actually means. It's kind of like, will you share this life with me? Will you start this new adventure with me? Will you see where it goes? Do you dare to trust me? Do you know, would you take a risk with your heart on this love? Like, it's like a very, like, a deep, meaningful gesture that comes with like a lot of experience and heartbreak and wisdom gained in relationships and love. So read between lines with their gesture. And the Empress in reverse, I feel like they look at you like you're a goddess. They look at you like you're so perfect, so beautiful, so perfect. I feel like it's like the word. It's so good at everything, so wonderful. It's like a blessing to just be in your presence, kind of energy. You're so good. You'd be such a good wife, girlfriend. You'd be such a good mother. You'd be such a good nurturer, supporter. You also have your own thing going on. You're so creative. You're so fun, funny, enjoyable, interesting. You just have it all. You're the total package, right? And so imagine what it's like for someone who feels like you are like putting you on a pedestal. It doesn't even cut it. It's like the pedestal reaches the stratosphere. Like you're on the highest of pedestals. You're like the unreachable, far out of the league kind of energy, you know? And imagine going to someone who you feel is that superior to you, you know? Or that confident, that authentic, that in that energy. Okay, so let's see. What were their intentions for you in this connections and the recent past? The Emperor. They really did feel like they weren't good enough for this. Like, they really did feel like you are going to find someone better. You're going to find someone who's more mature, who's more secure in themselves, who has a lot of successes and accomplishments already. And they felt like they weren't that. Like, they could aspire to be someone who could possibly be your mate, possibly be your equal, but they didn't think they were it. They thought it was going to be someone else. What do they think about your potential future together? The Death card in reverse. They thought they didn't have a chance. They thought there was no future. You were going to pick someone else, someone who matches your energy better, and that's it. That's it. This is the before tarot and the after tarot. That's why this Emperor is much older looking than the typical Empress. It's like the Emperor before the Emperor retires and the new Emperor comes in, a younger one, right? So it's like the old rule. But I see it as someone who's just very well established, more on your level, because you're on that level. You're on that, you're further along in your love journey and what you're ready for next, and he understands that, he knows that. So he just felt like, why should I even go for this? Like, it doesn't even make sense. I'm just gonna get my heart broken. What's the purpose of me doing this? The purpose is for them to kind of get over their fears. And it's also for you to enter your Empress energy, your more goddess energy of how to have unconditional love and just kind of compassion for like an old version of you, because they're gonna reflect back to you who you were when you had that crush on someone who you felt like was on that higher level, compassion to your old self. And for them, it's like facing their fears and know that, like, even if they won't regret it, knowing that they shot their shot. Okay, so what is the energy right now? Yeah, a little bit of a confusion. They're still kind of in this place where they don't know if anything could happen with you. And I feel like that also makes you feel like, okay, like, if this person, like, you don't, even if they don't tell you, you can pick up on their energy. Like, if they can't even, if their energy is saying, like, they're not confident, like, how should I be confident that this will work out? Like, you're definitely in a place where you want more. You deserve more. You know that. You understand your value. You worked on it. And so you know what you bring to the table. You know what you deserve in a relationship. You know what you want in a relationship. And you kind of know where you are in your level. Not that anyone is, like, better than or less than. It's just, like, how much you've done in this area of your life. And you know. And it feels like this needs to happen now. Like, there needs to be clarity in this connection now. But I feel like the way that you handle this is everything. This is like an unexpected life circumstances, and how you handle it will tell you something about yourself and tell him something about himself. This is one of those, like, when the universe brings two people together for a test or a lesson or a challenge or a kind of a proof to yourself how much you've grown. But it has more to do with yourselves and how far you've come along and what you're aware of for your journey, rather than what actually happens between the two of you. I do think you might let them down gently. Maybe even continue to be friends with them, or kind of help them and guide them, and allow them to help you and guide you. Just kind of be, like, more on friendly terms. You might be surprised how much they changed in just a year. But I do also feel like you kind of know your value and what you're looking for, and you might be willing to kind of let go of this past connection in order to open yourself up and open your energies up for something that more resonates with you more now. All right, so Group 8, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like, a comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. I wish you much love and light.